Today on Enews, we introduce you to Lethbridge College's latest high-profile internship winner. A world-renowned political commentator addressed a sold-out Lethbridge College crowd, and why meals at Lethbridge College will be extra tasty this month. Hello and welcome to E-News. I'm Michael Rodriguez.
And I'm Chase Maley, and here's today's top story. The 2019 Troy Reeb internship winner has been announced. Every year, digital communications and media students compete for the opportunity of a lifetime by researching and pitching a news story idea that is fresh and new. I had the chance to sit down with this year's winner and one of the instructors of the program to find out what it's all about and what an opportunity this has created for the student.
It's 12 degrees at 5 o'clock. I'm Skylar Peters with E-News on the Kodiak.
Skylar Peters is the 2019 Troy Reeb internship winner. Peters, a runner-up in last year's internship competition as a first-year, fell just short, losing out to a second-year student, but he didn't let it affect him.
So after last year, it was actually quite apparent what I had to do better. I was a little more naive than I am now. I was very enthralled with the whole idea of media and broadcasting and writing, journalism, all that. But I didn't really know how the ins and outs of the industry worked as well as I do now. The
story Peters proposed was on social media influencers. He put a lot of effort into the assignment and it took him about a month and a half to complete. DCM instructor Pete Gingras says there's a lot in store for Peters going into the internship. He needs to take as much experience out of the opportunity as he can.
I think the biggest thing Skylar can expect is to have his eyes open to a barrage of different things that he probably hasn't experienced before.
Peters will be traveling to Toronto where he'll get the opportunity to see a live TV newsroom in a major market, a chance to go to Parliament Hill in Ottawa and visit major radio stations. Peters says he's both humbled and honored to receive such a prestigious opportunity. He also has been accepted for an internship at TSN Radio in Winnipeg where he'll get 150 hours of experience. Peters will begin his journey to the East Coast in the month of May where he will start the experience of a lifetime.
Lethbridge College is making a splash in the virtual reality world with two new programs in the fall. The first is the 2-year diploma in architectural animation technology. The second is the 1-year virtual and augmented reality certificate program. The college says that the VR industry is expected to grow over 400%, especially in education and training. Anyone looking for a teaser to the program is encouraged to explore the immersive technology series offered by Lethbridge College's corporate and continuing education.
Lethbridge College and Wider Horizons welcomed a prominent guest to the speaker series. Canadian-American political commentator David Frum made an appearance in Lethbridge Wednesday night to give a lecture to a sold-out crowd. Frum has written many books, including Trumpocracy, which speaks about how the U.S. president undermined important institutions. Frum spoke in his lecture about the world problems on populist politics using examples from around the world to illustrate his point.
The most perfect example of this is the Populist Party in Finland, which calls itself the true Finns. So what does that mean about the people who don't agree? They're not the true Finns, they're the fake Finns.
Students in the applied research programs at Lethbridge College were able to present their projects to the college's students and faculty. At the inaugural Student Research Symposium, students were able to showcase the knowledge they explored in their research projects through oral presentations or posters. Ecosystem management student Sarah Julin says she enjoyed showcasing something that she is passionate about to the college's community.
It's really interesting because sharing what you're passionate about is really easy to talk about, and I think bobcats are really cool and I think a lot of other people do, so it's really exciting to share about them.
Other programs involved in the symposium included the civil engineering programs, as well as programs doing microbiology research.
The culinary students are staying busy right until the end of the semester. The second-year students are dipping their ladles into a buffet style of cooking. Derek Kendall has the story.
It's a flaming end to the semester for the Lethbridge College Culinary Arts program. For the next few weeks, the culinary program will be putting together different themes every week for a buffet. The themes explore different ethnicities and styles of cooking.
Chef will give them kind of a grocery list of things that need to be utilized out of our freezers that have been cut over the course of the semester, and he turns them loose.
Part of the students' course marks come from planning the menu and executing it. The program prides itself in giving the students hands-on experience that they'll need when they hit the industry. Other themes for the buffet include European cuisine, which is what second-year student Taryn Heggie will be cooking up next week.
And it's also nerve-wracking because you don't really get much help from your chef. because once you do it by yourself.
The buffet runs with a new theme every week and will run for the entire month of April. The students have to prepare food for anywhere between 150 to 250 people. To get into the buffets to eat, reservations have to be made. That can be done by visiting the Garden Court Restaurant Facebook page. Boveris says it's important for the students to get the buffet experience because a lot of the students will be going into this kind of field once they graduate the program. For Enews, I'm Dara Kendall.
Reservations are encouraged as the buffet tables fill up quick. It costs $17.59 a person.
Graduation is just a few weeks away for many students at Lethbridge College. With that comes many questions about finding work, leaving some students very anxious to graduate. Even though students are armed with newfound knowledge, many feel they still aren't ready to enter the workforce. Megan Hebert, student employment coordinator at the college, says being employable comes down to skills not always learned in the classroom.
We're overeducated at the end of the day. What really needs to be focused on now is those critical thinking, problem solving, communication, soft skills, if you will.
Hebert suggested finding industry-related volunteer work as a great way to build those soft skills before entering the workforce.
With exams right around the corner, Lethbridge College students are beginning to feel the stress. Students across campus are already hitting the books for the upcoming exam season. The Learning Cafe held several workshops over the past week to help students combat the stress that accompanies the end of the semester. Academic strategist in the Learning Cafe, Sylvana Campus, says preparation is key when it comes to exams.
And if things do come up, you have some time, some of that cushion to kind of work around different things that do come up.
Exam week at Lethbridge College takes place from April 15th through April 18th.
On this week's edition of Campus Horizons, Megan McCoy sat down with Brenda Brandley from the Fashion Design and Sustainable Production program to talk about the upcoming fashion show.
I'm Megan McCoy here with Campus Horizons, and I'm here with Brenda Brandley from the Fashion Design and Sustainable Production program. So you guys have an upcoming fashion show. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, first of all, it's on April 27th, which is the day after convocation. It starts at 6 o'clock. The doors open then, and the show starts at 7. And you can buy tickets at the Students Association here on campus and also through Eventbrite. And there's information on that on the college website as well. We'll have posters about. Right? The title of it is called Continuum.
Great. So can you tell me a little bit about what the show is going to feature?
All right. So Continuum itself is all about continuing on. And this is our final fashion show. So we wanted to involve not only our graduating students, but we also wanted to involve the college campus community as well as our alumni. So we have students putting their graduating lines in as well as things from their different classes. And then we have alumni showcasing some lines as well. We also have alumni participating in the market and showcasing some of their wares there. And then we have another special segment for some of the LC gentlemen on campus who have volunteered to be styled by our students and walk the runway.
Very cool. Cool. Can you tell me a little bit about why you think this event is important and beneficial for the college to host?
I think it's really important to showcase the talents and abilities that are going out into the workforce. We are really fortunate in the fashion industry that it's growing really strongly in Canada, and so if people want to move to the larger centres, there's 100% job satisfaction after, not just satisfaction, but actually placement afterwards. As well, a lot of people design their own companies as well. And so the fashion industry is growing a lot, and I find it's really important to showcase that and to support it. And people love fashion shows. They're so much fun.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us, Brenda. That's all the time that we have for Campus Horizons, but thanks for joining us.
Coming up next on E-News, find out how firefighters are fighting against muscular dystrophy, and we hear a drastic change in the canola industry. Stay with us.
Pride is a little piece of me.
Pride is a little piece of us.
A little piece of me.
Pride is a little piece of me.
A little piece of me.
A little piece of me.
Pride is a little piece of me.
Pride is a little piece of us.
Hi, my name is Jesus Mejia, and this is your 5-day weather forecast supplied by Environment Canada. On Monday, we're going to be hitting showers and a high of 14 and a low of 2. On Tuesday, we're going to be hitting a high of 9 and a low of -1 with showers. On Wednesday, we're going to be having a high of 13, a low of 0 with showers. On Thursday, we're going to be having a high of 12, a low of 0, and showers. On Friday, we're going to be hitting a high of 10, a low of 1, and showers. A lot of rain this week. Take an umbrella with you outside, guys.
Thanks, Jesus. A group of Lethbridge firefighters spent the weekend camping out on the roof of a local restaurant in an endeavor to raise money for Muscular Dystrophy Canada. The Lethbridge Fire Department's annual MD Campout was organized by the Lethbridge Firefighters Charities Association. It saw 5 firefighters spend 3 nights on top of Hudson's Canadian Tap House on 2nd Ave South. I had the chance to speak with some of the firefighters before and after the campout last weekend. In a circus-like atmosphere, 5 Lethbridge firefighters were raised to the roof of Hudson's Canadian Tap House for a weekend campout in support of muscular dystrophy. Throughout the weekend, there were several fundraising events, including breakfasts, barbecues, and an ongoing raffle inside of Hudson's. Firefighter Brent Nunweiler says what he needed most after the campout was a shower.
Different local businesses sponsored our meals, so we were fed and watered. So that was good. We had a tent, some mattresses. So yeah, pretty rustic, but it went well.
And to raise a lot of money, they did. Upwards of $15,000, according to Nunweiler. The International Association of Firefighters, the LFD's union, has supported MD Canada for over 60 years. Before their ascent to the rooftop on Thursday afternoon, firefighter Alex McIntosh says they were feeling lucky as far as the conditions they were going to be dealing with.
It actually looks pretty good. Years past, they've had to deal with -30, -25, snow, wind, all that kind of stuff. For us, I've been checking and it looks like it'll hold out for us, so we might be getting a little lucky this year.
And for the most part, they did have good luck. But Nunweiler says the weather was still a little challenging at times.
The wind howled a little bit. We had to tie some tents down. Frost in the mornings was a little chilly, and it gets a little bit lonely up there with the 5 guys. We had a good group, so we had lots of fun.
MD Canada says it's received support from 800 fire departments and associations across Canada, raising over $3 million annually. That amounts to over 30% of their total revenue.
Winter is finally over, which means road construction season is officially here. With fluctuating temperatures comes destruction of the roads. Dean Huffman has the story.
Regular traffic, heavy trucks, and weather are some of the ways our roads can become hard to drive on. But this becomes a particularly difficult challenge in the springtime. Weather is a large part of our road conditions, and this spring, temperatures started to warm in early March. The temperatures dipped down to -31, but by the end of the month we were seeing an average temperature of +6. According to an article written by FineHomesBuilding.com titled How It Works, Frost Heaves by Deborah Silber, frost heaves are caused by layers of ice forming in the soil below the pavement. Water then collects in the soil, which then freezes when the temperature dips below 0. These water molecules expand, which results in a crack or divot in the road that over time turns into a pothole. According to a survey done by the Canadian Automobile Association, in 2016, $1.4 billion was spent by Canadians on potholes and road damages just like this one. Construction crews in Lethbridge have 2 main strategies for keeping our roads safe. The first is major road repair, which includes cutting out a section of the road to repair it. The second is preventative measures, such as filling cracks with tar to prevent moisture getting beneath the pavement.
And we've got dedicated crews for potholing. We've got dedicated crews for the asphalt repairs or the frost boiler repairs. And we also have dedicated crews for the overlay or crack sealing programs.
With the frost heaves as a contributing factor for our torn-up roads, construction crews will be very busy this summer. For Enews, I'm Dean Huffman.
For information about road construction, road closures, or questions, you can visit www.lethbridge.ca/streetsandroads.
The Lethbridge Public Library hosted a political forum for the Lethbridge East constituency. Each candidate had the opportunity to share their platform and answer a series of questions provided by the media and local voters. One question revolved around the carbon tax and fuel levies.
Since we implemented our climate leadership plan, which included the carbon levy, the emissions in Alberta have been reduced by 7 megatons. That's an incredible start to cleaning up
The Lethbridge West candidates met at Chinook High School on the same night.
Recent trade disputes with China have resulted in a ban on Canadian canola exports. Canola represents a large part of Canadian farm revenue, and China was one of the largest buyers. Riley McCormick has the story.
Farmers will be revving up for planting season in the coming weeks and will be feeling the impact of a ban put in place on Canadian canola exports to China. Chinese officials cited pest infestations on the crops. However, the Canadian Food Inspections Agency says there are no problems with it. One local farmer, Ed Donkersgood, is feeling the effects of the dispute. He's been farming since 1986, and his business is a second-generation farm near Coaldale.
We're considering canola. It's been an important part of our farm operation for many years. But with the instability and with the kind of games that are going on, we may have to reevaluate it at a last minute here.
Exports to China make up 40% of Canada's canola seed exports. Until now, China has purchased about $2.7 billion of canola from Canada every year. Farmers will have a difficult time adjusting to the sudden change in trade relations this close to growing season.
So to make a last minute change usually costs you money. And so that's what's really frustrating when something like this that has really nothing to do with agriculture comes out of left field and totally changes and disrupts our marketplace.
The Albertan government is trying hard to resolve the issue. Foothills MP John Barlow says it will take more than just finding another buyer to resolve this issue.
Our producers in the next few weeks are going to be planting, 23 million acres of canola, and there just isn't another market that could take that.
According to the Canadian Canola Council, 250,000 jobs either directly or indirectly relate to canola production in Canada, contributing $26.7 billion to the economy. Losing out on Canada's biggest customer for canola seed exports could have major implications for the economy. For Enews, I'm Riley McCormick.
With only a few weeks until growing season begins, the federal government has to act fast to resolve this issue.
We now go to Abdi Abdullahi for this week's Top 5.
Hi, my name is Abdi, and here's your top 5 places to visit in Alberta. Number 5 is Waterton Lake National Park. The national park overlaps into the U.S. state of Montana and is also known as Glacier National Park. Number 4 is Dinosaur Provincial Park. The provincial park is situated in the valley of the Red Deer River, which is known for its striking badlands. Number 3 is West Edmonton Mall. It's more than just shops. Within the mall, there is a water park, ice rink, aquarium with live shows, and all kinds of stores and restaurants. Number 2 is Calgary Stampede. This is a 10-day event that is held in early July with rodeo attractions, cultural exhibits, country music, and a range of outdoor spectacles. Number 1 is Banff National Park. This is the most visited tourist attraction in Alberta with the spectacular mountain scenery, ski resorts, beautiful lakes, and the tourist town of Banff. And that's my top 5 places to visit in Alberta.
Still ahead on E-News, find out some of the ways that Lethbridge is celebrating the warmer weather. And Lethbridge College got in on the April Fool's Fun. Stay with us.
At the Last Chance Cat Ranch, our mission is to find a forever home for abandoned or homeless cats. We provide a safe, loving environment where cats can play and socialize with other cats. We have plenty of friendly, lovable cats that are waiting for a new companion. If you're thinking about adopting a cat, come to the Last Chance Cat Ranch. We need your help to ensure these cats will have a forever home. Come into the Last Chance Cat Ranch today and save a cat's life. Together, we can make a difference.
Why are you even trying? You're so stupid. No one's gonna miss you. Everyone hates you. You screw everything up. You're not alone. Come get the help you need at Crossroads Healing Center. We provide professional counseling and health services for all who come to our agencies.
Welcome to Hashtag with your host Nigel Mauji. Cardi B is a well-known American rapper with hits such as Bodak Yellow and I Like It. Though in a live Instagram video, she confessed to her fans in the past she used to take men to hotels, drug them, then rob them. While her fans have rallied to her support, many others are comparing her to Bill Cosby. Memes have since surfaced to make fun of the situation. In lighter news, the Dutch and Duchess Harry and Meghan recently made an Instagram account. 6 hours later, they broke the record for the fastest time to gain 1 million followers, according to Guinness World Records. The account now has over 2.1 million followers as of April 3rd. YouTuber and makeup artist Jeffree Star has had $2.5 million in cosmetic products stolen. Mr. Star said, "I never knew I'd be spending my Monday night with the FBI tracking down black market makeup sellers. The stolen products apparently include a number of Northern Lights highlighter palettes, lip liner, and an entire shade of the currently unreleased Magic Star concealer. Thank you for watching Hashtag."
A former potato farmer and now Kodiak sponsor is doing his part by giving back to the community. Whether it's donating money towards sports teams or volunteering on committees, Knud Peterson has been a large part of the Lethbridge community in many different areas. Seth Slomp checks out the story behind his commitment to the community.
Volunteering is not about the money, fame, or medals, and it's not something you can do on your phone. It's about that feeling deep down that brings you joy to your heart in helping others near and far. For Lethbridge College Kodiak sponsor Knud Peterson, it's something that just has been in his DNA for decades.
I can remember always, helping out when there was a party or something, like putting chairs away.
But the volunteering in Lethbridge all started out when he and his good friend Alvin Teets decided to fund and coach the first ever women's soccer program at the college in 1994.
We knew there was going to be some previous under 18 girls coming to the college. So we just found out there was quite a lot of people that might be able to play soccer.
During their inaugural season with the women's soccer program, Peterson and Teets coached the team to an undefeated season, a provincial and national title in 1994. This team still remains as the only national soccer champion in the college's history. After his third season coaching the Kodiaks, he decided to call it a career and hang up his cleats. However, that didn't stop him from volunteering and showing a helping hand. He offers his time on countless committees, which include the University of Lethbridge Senate and the Southern Alberta Council on Public Affairs. Another way he gives back to the community is through sponsoring collegiate athletes. Kodiak soccer and futsal player Vicky Nerona says he has personally supported her throughout her time at the college.
He makes out to every game he can. Every time I see him, he goes out of his way to just have a conversation with me and just check in and see how things are going.
Lethbridge College Athletic Director Todd Coughlin says Peterson helps the athletic department stay community-oriented.
Having somebody like Knut involved or committed to us is what makes us tick. So it's so important to have that, and again, great that we do.
Peterson says volunteering is just another way to stay physically active.
I think it's really important that you pitch in and promote community activities is a really important thing, and physical activity.
For Enews, I'm Seth Slomp.
To this day, the Teets-Peterson Kodiak Athletic Award is presented by the pair. It goes to deserving players on the men's and women's soccer and volleyball teams.
The snow is all but melted, and spring is officially upon us in Lethbridge. That means it's time for Lethbridge citizens to break from their routines indoors and head outside. With more favorable temperatures outside, Skylar Peters shows us some of the outdoor activities the city has to offer.
Two surefire signs of spring are here in Lethbridge. The sounds of birds chirping in the morning and the snow melting off the coulees as they return to their familiar brown hue. The warmer weather means that Lethbridge citizens are out and about, taking in the change of pace after a surprisingly cold winter. The city boasts hundreds of options for fun outdoor activities, and the warmer weather means many of those are now open to the public. Two of Southern Alberta's finest 18-hole golf courses, Henderson Lake Golf Club and Paradise Canyon Golf Resort, opened their tee sheets to the public last weekend. Henderson Lake head pro Cam Waldbauer says golfing in Lethbridge is accessible to everyone.
The reds, so those are our forward tee boxes. So yeah, now it just feels like we can
get all ages, all skill levels of golfers to come out and play our golf course.
Both golf courses are situated inside Lethbridge city limits, making it an easy commute from anywhere in the area. Just a block down Mayor McGrath Drive sits the SLC skate park, already filled with kids and adults alike. In the background sits Spitz Stadium, which will be hosting Lethbridge Bulls collegiate baseball games all summer long. However, Lethbridge's most unique activity is the coulees that divide the city. For dog owner Justin Schipper, it's a place he and his dog Dexter visit daily in the summer.
Walking him, you can't just have him on a leash all the time. Like, he can't expel his energy like that. So, able to have these coulees in the backyard, like 5-minute walk away from my place, is ideal, right?
The coulees offer hundreds of kilometers of walking paths of varying difficulty. They also boast scenic views of the city, the high-level bridge, and the Old Man River.
No matter the amount of time or money you have, the city of Lethbridge has lots of options to keep you and your entire family healthy and having fun this spring. For E-News, I'm Skylar Peters.
It will be a great time to get outside and take advantage of the great weather we're going to have this weekend.
April Fools has been popular since the 19th century, and this April 1st was no exception at Lethbridge College, with both student representatives and faculty joining in on the fun. Megan McCoy has the story.
Both the Lethbridge College Students Association and the Kodiak Athletics Department took to social media with their own pranks to students and the public for April Fool's Day. The LCSA released an announcement that they would allocate $1 million of student tuition money to a Lethbridge College rendition of the hit TV show, The Office. Events and Communications Coordinator Tanner Marcer was involved in both pranks and says the Kodiak's announcement to add spikeball as their official sport of 2019 was a joke that caught more people off guard.
We had staff email us, and then the community people commented on the Facebook post and on the Instagram post wondering if it was real. We had some people that were interested in trying out for the team, so there was a lot of inquiry.
The Kodiak Athletics took to social media to share their fabricated news with their following. On Instagram, they shared photos from a photo shoot with Lethbridge College's volleyball coach and a member of the spikeball community. On Facebook, a press release was made to share the news. The release was designed by coordinators to be long enough that few people would read to the very bottom where a happy April Fool's Day note could be found. Lethbridge College student Larissa Vanderplug says that the Instagram post tricked her into believing that spikeball was a viable sport that she could try out for next year.
And then I found out it was fake, and it was kind of disappointing, a little saddening, and to be honest, I hope they do make it a thing, because I think it would still be fun. So.
Though it was an April Fool's joke, spikeball is a recreational activity that is held at the college every week on Wednesday nights at 8:15, and all are welcome to attend. For E-News, I'm Megan McCoy.
Lethbridge College has been known for its April Fool's jokes. The college says that these jokes boost morale and encourage a strong community environment within the school. So Chase, what did you think of the college's spikeball prank?
I thought it was pretty funny. I was a little disappointed when I found out it was a prank, but oh well. What did you think of it?
I was excited. I was considering a career as a professional spikeballer for a moment there.
But now you're doing news.
Nah, I chose the news.
Well, I think that's all the time we have for this edition of E-News. I'm Chase Maley.
And I'm Michael Rodriguez. We'll see you next time.